Hello all, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'll be explaining you regarding flow through pipes when connected in parallel, or in short you can say it's flow through parallel pipes. So I think you have watched my earlier videos where I've discussed regarding flow through pipes in series, where the pipes are connected end to end. They are the pipes of different lengths and different diameters, and that's also called as a compound pipe. So next comes to flow through parallel pipes, means you have pipes which are connected parallel. So the word itself, it's telling they are parallel. Okay, so parallel means you have two pipes which are connected to a common end. Okay, so now see this diagram. You have a single pipe which is branching into two pipes. Okay, and these two pipes are traveling certain distance, and again later they are again combining into a single pipe. Now we observe this pipe 1 and this pipe 2, they are parallel to each other, right? That's how it's the parallel connection. Okay, so one single pipe, or the main pipe, whatever you call, that will be branched into two or more pipe. It could be more than two also. You can have another one in between. You have three pipes also. It could be branched into how many branches it want, that many branches. It can be divided into any number of branches, but later on again they'll be combined to form a single pipe at the downstream side. So especially this case occurs when you have any hilly terrain in between. You can't send water, or you can't deliver water with a single pipe. Then you can, there is some rock or any mountain in between, what you can do, if there is no possible case of tunneling, you can just branch this pipe into two or three, depends upon the feasibility, and after the water traveling again you can combine once your rock or the hill ends. Do you understand? So that's the case where we use this parallel connection of pipes. Okay, so as told you, consider a main pipe which is dividing into two or more branches as shown in the figure, and again together downstream they are forming a single pipe. Okay, then it's called as a parallel connection. And the main advantage of this parallel connection is that the discharge will be increased. Okay, why? Because here, if you remember in pipes in series, when I was talking about, there I told you discharge will be same, head loss will be added, correct? So we are writing a1 v1 equal to a2 v2 equal to a3 v3 in pipes in series. You added head losses, right? For including minor losses, you wrote a very big equation. Once neglecting minor losses, you wrote addition of 3 Darcy equations, like that. So we are adding the head loss, but we are equating the discharges. Here it will be the reverse. So in parallel connection, you will add the discharges. Why? Because Q is segregating into Q1 and Q2. So you need to add the discharges Q1 and Q2. So here discharges will be added, head losses will be equated. So whatever head loss is happening in first branch pipe is assumed to happen same in the branch pipe 2 also. So it will be the just reverse case. If you remember any one case, you can write the other one. Okay, so remember for pipes in series, then automatically you can write for pipes in parallel. So in pipes in series, discharge will be same, head loss will be added. Here it will be the reverse. So the rate of flow in the main pipe, that is this bigger pipe, will be equal to sum of rate of flow through branch pipe. So discharge through this main pipe will be the addition of discharge through the branches. So this may be divided into any number of branches. So according to our diagram, I have two branches, branch pipe 1, branch pipe 2. So hence my Q will be equal to Q1 plus Q2. That's our equation number 1. Already told you, in this arrangement we are adding discharges and we are equating the loss of head. So loss of head for each branch pipe is assumed to be same, means whatever head loss is happening in the branch pipe 1 is assumed to happen same in the branch pipe 2. So according to Darcy equation, loss of head in pipe 1 equal to 4f1 l1 v1 square by 2gd1, which is equal to loss of head in pipe 2, which is 4f2 l2 v2 square by 2gd2. That's our equation number 2. Say suppose you have same friction factor for both the branch pipes, then you can cancel out f1 f2, 4 will get cancelled, 2g will get cancelled. You will be left with l1 v1 square by d1 equal to l2 v2 square by d2. So you need to remember these three equations. First equation is the addition of discharges, second equation is equating the head losses, and third equation is when you have same friction factor, how the equation got simplified. So these three equations are very much important for pipes in parallel. Okay, now let's see a problem related to this. Yeah, so see here, a main pipe divides into two parallel pipes which again forms one pipe. So this is very similar to the diagram which I have shown you just now. The length and diameter for the first parallel pipe are 2000 meter and 1 meter respectively, while the length and diameter of second parallel pipe are 2000 meter and 0.8 meter respectively. Find the rate of flow in each parallel pipe if total flow is 3 meter cube per second. The coefficient of friction for each parallel pipe is same and is equal to 0.005. So it's very simple question. They gave us one branch pipe is dividing into two pipes, so which is like our earlier figure. So he's asking us to calculate discharge through each parallel pipe, means he is asking us to calculate the values of Q1 and Q2. He gave us total Q. We have the equation Q equal to Q1 plus Q2, right? So Q1 and Q2 are to be calculated. Already Q is given. He told friction factor is also the same. So when I told you already, when you have same friction factor, you can just take out this equation, L1 V1 square by D1 equal to L2 V2 square by D2. Now in our problem we require first equation and third equation. Okay, now let's continue. So let's draw the given data. Length of pipe 1 L1 is 2000 meters. Pipe 1 means here branch pipe 1. Its diameter was given D1 as 1 meter. Length of pipe 2 is again 2000 meters. L2 diameter of pipe 2 D2 is 0.8 meters. Total flow is given as capital Q, which is 3 meter cube per second. F1 F2 are 0.005. Next, we want the values of Q1 and Q2, right? So let Q1 is discharge in pipe 1, Q2 is discharge in pipe 2. So according to our given data, Q is Q1 plus Q2, which is equal to 3. So 3 equal to Q1 plus Q2, take it as equation number 1. As told already, let's consider the third equation. Why? Because the friction factors are same. So L1 V1 square by D1 equal to L2 V2 square by D2. Substitute the values. This is 2000 into V1 square we don't know, so let it be like that. V1 square by what is D1? 1 is equal to L2 is again 2000 into V2 square by what is D2? 0.8. So from here 2000 will get cancelled. You will be left with V1 square equal to V2 square by 0.8. So from here V1 will be under root of V2 square by 0.8. So it will be V1 is equal to under root of V2 square will be V2 and under root of 0.8 is 0.894. So let it be as equation number 2. Next, let's calculate Q1. What's the formula of Q1? A1 into V1. A1 means again pi by 4 D1 square into V1. Pi by 4 into D1 was already given to us as 1. Okay, so pi by 4 into 1 square into what was V1? Just now we got V2 by 0.894. So into V2 by 0.894, I got 0.878 V2. Similarly, let's calculate Q2. Q2 is pi by 4 D2 square into V2, formula A to V2. Pi by 4 into D2 was 0.8 into whole square into V2 is the same. So you got 0.502 V2. Now let's substitute these values of Q1 and Q2 in our first equation. 3 equal to Q1 plus Q2. So 3 equal to what is Q1? 0.878 V2 plus Q2 0.502 or 502 V2. So I just added, I got this much. So from here V2 will be 3 by 1.38. So finally V2 is 2.17 meter per second. Once you got V2, you can substitute V2 in equation number in Q1, or else you can substitute in your V1 also. Why? Because V1 was V2 by 0.894. So if I substitute there, I got V1 as V2 by 0.894. So V1 equal to V2 is 2.17 by 0.894. So V1 was 2.42 meter per second. Once you got V1, you can start calculation of Q1. So what is Q1? Q1 is 0.878 V2. So 0.878 into V2 is 2.17. You got Q1. Similarly, you can also calculate Q2 by using 0.502 V2. Okay, or else we have Q equal to Q1 plus Q2, right? So from the Q2 will be Q minus Q1. So like that also you can calculate Q2. So I think you don't require the value of V1 also. Why? Because our Q1 and Q2 are unknowns only in terms of V2. So directly you will get Q1 and Q2. That's what is our question about. He asked calculate the discharge in pipe 1 and pipe 2. Like this you need to calculate. So clear? This is how you need to work on pipes when connected in parallel. I showed you with the example of only 2 pipes. You may get 3 pipes also. The additional one will be Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. That's all. Okay. And regarding that, extra given data will be given. So this is how you need to solve problems for pipes in parallel. So for this notes, please click on the description. You'll get a link, and click on the link. You can download the notes for this session. Okay. Hope you understood, and thank you.